Hello, everybody. I'm Sunir, President of the Cloud Software Association, CEO of AppBind. I'm here with Christina Hooper from Sparkitive, who is an amazing agency owner who came to Agency Connect. Welcome.
Oh, it's nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
So we're doing something fun, which is telling the real stories from the agency side. Go figure, they're real people about how software partnerships actually go. So before we do that, I mean, Christina, we'd love to introduce yourself and what Sparkitive is doing and who your clients are.
Yeah, we focus primarily on working with business coaches, business consultants, so people who really need to be elevated into thought leadership, really need to build those connections, and typically need help across the whole spectrum, marketing and sales.
Fantastic. And your clients are usually big, small, what sectors? Where are they at?
Mostly small. A lot of them are solopreneurs, or they've maybe got a small team of people that works with them, but 2 or 3 people. I work primarily with the owner themselves usually.
Yeah, fantastic. And so we're talking here about, what your relationships are as a digital agency with the software products, maybe media products that you rely on to do your business. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. I'm curious, from your point of view, having worked with a lot of vendors, you mentioned you've struggled to get a good relationship. Like, what has been a really good example of someone who's disappointed you and why?
Probably as much as we all rely on them, probably HubSpot.
Yeah.
It's been the hardest one to work with. We actually left them completely as a partner for about 3 years and only just recently came back. And it was mostly just pressure in the space. Like, you get credibility being a HubSpot partner agency. So it kind of makes it worth a little bit of the hassles, and the tools are good, but it's so hard to work with them. Like, they change we work with mostly smaller clients. They don't need $2,000 worth of software. They need the starter stuff, or the basic stuff. They're only spending a couple hundred a month. Well, that gets us shuffled off onto like the lowest level of client success team. Like, we have like a dedicated person to help us with sales, but when it comes to support for the product, we're shuffled off onto, I think they call it like a customer success team or something. And they had implemented that when we were with them years ago. And that was one of the main reasons we walked away. We just couldn't get the support we needed to deliver for our clients. And then we come back and they were like, no, we stopped doing that. You'll have 2 dedicated people like you had before. And it's like, great. 6 months in, we're right back at it again. And it's like, I can't, how do you work with that?
And like, what do you need from them as a partner? Like, what are they just letting you down, letting your clients down because they're not treating you the way you want?
I feel like we spend a lot of time negotiating with them. So anytime it's like, okay, I have a client, I could use HubSpot, but now we've got to go back and forth and negotiate, because it's like, I know the price that's on the website is not the price that I can get my client if I'm willing to push and push and push. We can get them into monthly payments so they're not committing to all of it. They're still in a 12-month contract, which nobody likes. They're taking my word on it that, yeah, you're going to use it, but they don't even know if they're going to want me for 12 months, let alone software. And they can't use it. They won't know how to use it if they don't have me. So they're worried they're investing in something they're not going to use. So there's just so much back and forth up front that trying to sell HubSpot too hard has actually cost me contracts. When I'm like, I can't do the work unless I have the tools, but they don't want to pay a 12-month commitment. They don't want to, have to pay all of it up front or pay these really high prices for just basic stuff. They want it to prove out first. So that kind of hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I had my own recent run-in with HubSpot's channel team, and they threw my agency partner under the bus, actually, as well during the middle of COVID.
Yeah,
And
I've heard some horror stories. It's like I'm in a mastermind group with some guys over in Germany and stuff too. And they've added those partner success team or client success people or whatever that are basically your competition inside of HubSpot. And they've been reaching out to this guy's clients. And
all
he's
the
just
end
like,
run. Yeah,
what do
yeah,
we do? It's like my client's coming to me, like this guy at HubSpot wants me to buy more HubSpot. And he's like, I don't know what they're talking about. And
yeah.
almost damaged his relationship with his own client.
It's and I understand their motivations to sell more, but I think they would sell more by working with their partners. Even I understand that problem. Well, it's good feedback. I've given it to them directly as well. Having experienced it as a client, I was like, okay,
Well, and they change it all the time too, it feels like. It's like about the time you think you really understand what the products are, what the price points are, and what you actually need to talk to your clients about, and you have this nice little comfortable package. They're like, oh, well, that doesn't exist anymore. It's like every one of my clients is on some version of legacy something that doesn't exist anymore. So if you want the new features, oh, they've got to upgrade, and that's a new contract, and it's like,
Well,
ah.
that's just genius sales. I mean, let's be honest. All right, well, that's HubSpot. They're doing okay. So, I mean, I guess you can argue they're successful from their point of view, but hard from your point of view. But who's been a good partner? Who's been the best software company? Like, is if you want to point to them to a company that's treated you well, who'd be a good example of that?
Don't really have a good like software partner, but I do have an affiliate. WPX for like WordPress hosting has been a fantastic affiliate. We actually had a company, we actually resold hosting for years and years, probably about 10, 12 years, something like that. And we decided that we didn't want to do that anymore. So we were looking for somebody, and I tested a whole bunch of different ones. We actually migrated, people's websites over to a few different ones and kept having mixed bag of results. WPX was the easiest. I could hop on chat with them. There's somebody there right away, 24 hours a day, anytime, weekends, whatever. They actually, you can give them just like the cPanel login, and they would just go poof the whole site, all the emails, all the everything, and handle all of it. And they've supported my clients. I mean, people who are not very tech savvy barely even understand that the website has to actually live on a server in the world somewhere.
Oh man, what a relief! I mean, you're selling time. You can just delegate the whole mess to them, and they took care of it. Wow,
Yeah, like
that's
I
great.
literally gave my clients like, go here, sign in, get on the chat. Don't even fill out the form. Just get on the chat. They know you're coming, and fill out. Give them this information, and ta-da! And they didn't even have to fill out the big intake form or anything. They could just be like, give my name and say, here's the login, and done. And they had it completely moved over within 24 hours.
And you don't even have that like three clients. You have a lot of clients. Like how many do you think you sent over to them?
We've sent over, I think so far we've sent over about 70 or 80, and we have about 200 that
That's
were in
amazing.
the process of getting moved over. So, and it's been pretty smooth the whole time.
Yeah, just because they treated you like as part of your service business, they treated your clients with the respect that you
Yeah.
needed.
And
Yeah.
they actually recommended their affiliate program for me. So they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to give me a share, but I was just, asking questions about how would this work? What do I need to do? I've got a lot of clients. And they're like, why don't you, go over here, get your affiliate link too when you're sending them over, make your cut. Like, I didn't even know they had that. And they gave it to me. So that was cool.
What's so interesting is a lot of software companies think that the commissions matter to agencies. Usually they don't because it's just, it's a little bit of money. But it does matter from their point of view because they need to know which of their partners are delivering them clients so they actually can know that they need to give you time and respect because they can't track your customers and they can't track you. And so that they use the referral programs.
That
Uh,
actually reminds me of another complaint with HubSpot because we had looked at leaving them again when they put me back with that team instead of a dedicated person. I have to maintain some pro level subscription. I don't actually need HubSpot. I could use Sharp Spring or a variety of other tools and be perfectly fine. I don't need it for myself, but I have to maintain at least a pro level subscription, the cheapest of which being $300 a month. So for me to keep getting my partner, kickbacks, I have to maintain a $300 a month software for something I'm not even using. My website's on WordPress.
yes.
So I don't need the CMS hub. So I'm still locked into, I didn't have time to make a decision before my contract renewed for a year when I started that conversation with them. So I'm locked into another year of Marketing Pro that I'm not even really using.
It's I'm not going to. They're members of the trade association, so I will keep my mouth closed. I did experience it as a client this year, so I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, so thank you very much. Is there anything you'd like to say, like for a potential software company approaching you about, what would actually make you interested in helping them out if they help you? Like, what would you give them one piece of advice working with you?
I mean, a big part of it is just simplifying the pricing. It's like if it's too hard for us to describe what it is that someone needs and what they're going to get, and then we sell it wrong, they need three-fourths of what they actually needed. Now we have to go back to the client and sell more. It makes us look bad over and over and over again. So it's like having that clarity on what you're getting. I mean, even if you want to have tiers, even if you want to make it complex, make some way for us to communicate easily, this is what you're getting, this is the payment terms, this is what it's going to cost, and make it easy for us to be clear with our clients up front, or put one of your guys straight in the trenches with us that can do it for you and has experience selling your stuff and is willing to work with us as an agency and figure out what our clients need and let us kind of prep you for the sell.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you very much, Christina. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll try to smooth it over with HubSpot.
I'm still with them for at least another year. Maybe they'll do something. Who knows?
Yeah, they're adults. They can take it. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
For more great insights on partnerships and software, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.